At the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
I was thinking about something on my drive in today. I know. There you go again, thinking. Last night I was in Chicago and I got to do an event with the GOAT of college football, one Mr. Nick Saban. And I got to sit on stage with him, and he talked for an hour and telling stories and lessons of football and life and all of that stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, this might be the most impressive person I've ever seen. And it got me wondering, gang, who do you think is the most impressive person you've ever seen?
Chewy.
Jesus.
You haven't seen Jesus.
Oh, I have. In my dreams.
Jesus!
See? I mean, this is why I say Chewy. I don't know too many people who have seen Jesus.
Oh, now you're buying it hook, line, and sinker? Supports your claim, does it?
Most of that's hard for me because I really don't care. I mean, I've always said there isn't really anyone outside of Jesus. If I was in my recliner watching a movie and they were walking up the street, did I get out of my chair to go look? I mean, I'm serious. I don't care. Athletes, actors, politicians, nobody.
Really?
I think I know. Well, walking down the street. But Chewy, I know you've told the story before of, because typically on the NFL sideline, like when the defense is out there, like the offense is getting together, they're figuring stuff out, they're not watching the game.
But
right? Who's that one player, Chew, for you that you kind of would make sure you snuck a peek at?
Barry
Sanders.
God, you guys don't know how good he is or was.
I mean, I think I do. But, I mean, seeing it up close in person the way that you did, knowing how good your defense was and the things that he did against that, I think you've probably got a better appreciation for it than I do.
I mean, Reggie was one thing because he was just so strong and just... But some of the things Barry could do with his body is just, like, ridiculous. I would have snapped my ACL, MCL, PCL, ankles. Yeah, it was impressive. Impressive.
So,
and I've seen some great backs. I've seen Emmitt Smith. A lot of no one comes close to Barry. I don't care what you say. Nobody comes close. He's that good.
Well, and I don't want this to become the Nick Saban hour here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, but he has an aura about him, right? There's this magnetic force field, essentially. When he walks in a room, grown men, right, are like, that's Nick Saban. That's Nick Saban. Did you see Nick Saban? Nick Saban's over there. And then they like gush, right? Because of obviously all the success he's had in the sports space. But then he starts talking about all of the lessons he's learned over the years and how this affected him and how he changed from being a transactional coach to a transformational coach and all of I was just like, this guy is got to be up there. And I know everybody calls him the GOAT, and that is certainly well-deserved. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame as well. But I was like, this guy is probably just number one in my book as far as impressive individuals I have encountered, I've come across. Gabe, is there anybody who you have met in your years covering sports, in your years in Wisconsin, whatever it may be, in the golf space, in the wrestling space, where you're in awe when you either meet or talk about this person?
There's nobody off the top of my head that really stands out above the rest that I can think of. I mean, maybe
Tiger.
Just if we're talking, but I've never really met or interacted with him, Chew. So I guess I just take that off. Like I've seen him play golf up close. I didn't see him at his peak. I saw him in 2015 when he was playing the PGA over at Whistling Straits. He wasn't at his best at that point. Maybe Barry. Just the aura that if that's what we're talking about, like somebody who walks into a room and the room shuts down. Barry Alvarez is probably toward the top of that list. Just because, again, of what he did, not just with Wisconsin football, but with the Wisconsin athletic department in general. You know, the way that he was able to build up Wisconsin sports to a level it had never really seen before as the football coach and then as the athletic director. That's probably the first one that comes to mind that I've actually interacted with.
I would imagine, Chew, here in Wisconsin, Giannis is on that list, right?
Not for me.
Not for you, but for people in Wisconsin, right? There's an aura surrounding Giannis. There's there's that idea.
People at Bel Air.
In order for that person to be that for me, you have to check every single box.
All right, let's. What are the boxes?
Everything. Like you bring up Nick Saban, and Nick, great coach, this, that. But Jen, I cannot get over the fact that he quit on the Dolphins. Sorry. I can't get over that. You quit on the Dolphins.
2 weeks after he said he wouldn't. Because that's a tough one, too.
Can't check that box.
That's a tough one, too. Saying you're not going to, oh, no, I'm not going anywhere. And then 2 weeks later, deuces.
Sorry, I can't.
It's so funny because you guys know Dario grew up in South Florida. Mm-hmm. He feels the exact same way.
Well, yeah, but it's
very strongly about Nick Saban's decision to leave
and
Miami.
Honestly, I would honestly be curious, and I bet Nick doesn't really talk about it, but I'd love to know what the lesson he learned there because he lied. He lied to the country. He said he wasn't going to take that job, and then he went and took that job 2 weeks later. Like, and I'm guessing that if he didn't lie, Dario Chewy might look at it differently. Yeah, it just didn't work out for him in the pros. He ended up taking a different job. It happens. But the fact that he swore up and down, just like Rafael Palmeiro did to Congress, right? Oh, I didn't take steroids. Well, this piece of paper here says differently, Raf.
Now, when it comes to coaches, there's only two that check a lot of boxes for me.
Ooh.
Holmgren and Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, the two that, yeah.
Now, I'm talking all coaches. I'm talking every position coach, every coach, and maybe my high school coach. The other ones all have unchecked boxes. You know.
Even though Holmgren rode his motorcycle and wouldn't let you guys ride motorcycles?
I didn't have a motorcycle.
So you didn't care?
Yeah. Gabe, come on. It's all about me, right? Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to picture you, Brett, and Frank riding in on Harleys, just having your own little motorcycle gang.
That would be a very bad idea for Brett because he struggled driving a car.
And that's got four wheels.
Although we did blow up his transmission one time. We did blow up his transmission one time. It was wonderful. He had it coming. He had it coming.
How did you
when
blow
he
up his
takes your car keys and moves your car, puts the air conditioning on when it's minus 20 inside the stadium, and you got to go try to find it, and he left it running. He had that coming.
I got folks weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line on this. The most impressive person, and basically we're keeping it in the sports space at least for now, but I was with Nick Saban last night. He has just this aura around him, this magnetism around him. Steven weighing in the 262 says Tom Osborne, the longtime Nebraska football coach. Beth in the 920 says Bob Uecker. For her, it was Bob Uecker, the guy that had, I think the kids call it Riz, right? Maybe they don't anymore, but charisma.
I don't think they say it the way that you did and shimmy the shoulders the way you did.
Oh, and you can only see that if you're watching on the YouTube stream, by the way. So more incentive to watch it on the YouTube stream. Jason wants to know, what boxes did Andy Reid not check, Chew?
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Not going to throw his guy under the bus for some of the things.
Not all the boxes. Again, I assume that Giannis is like that for some people, that there's this aura surrounding him. People mentioned, you mentioned Barry Alvarez.
I will say this, Jen, a big box for me is loyalty. Loyalty.
But what do you mean by that? Do you mean that they have to stay with one organization for an extended period of time?
No. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just saying, loyalty is.
I just thought we could say generally speaking, not specific to any one situation.
Who's loyal to the hilt? That used to be a Charlene, isn't it? What's a hilt? Have you ever heard that term?
Yes, but I don't know what it means
I don't
either.
know. Yeah, I couldn't. If you don't know what loyal to the hilt means, the rest of us don't have a chance.
Well, it's just the to the hilt part. What does to
Correct.
the hilt mean?
Do you have any idea who I'm going to say?
A sword, dagger, or knife, comprising the grip, guard, and pommel.
You know who's loyal to the hilt? And you know him.
Oh, well, I'm assuming.
You know him well.
I'm assuming we're talking about Carmi. Assuming we're talking about Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's somebody who always had your back, and that's the reason why he was the one that inducted you in the Packers Hall of Fame.
Now, but yes, the one box he doesn't check, he's a liar. Because he sees me playing tennis against him in my bare feet, completely opposite of how it happened. Because he's always trying to sell the fact that he's a good athlete. He is.
Craig Karmazin will join the show later this morning, and Chewy can tell him to his face that he thinks he's a liar. I got Chris at MKE weighing in on the YouTube stream saying, I saw Tiger play at the Greater Milwaukee Open as an amateur. My dad said we got to go check this kid out. Yes, Tiger, I think, is a good suggestion as well, as far as like those athletes, those people out there who just have it. I didn't realize that Chewy was going to have
There's
this.
some unchecked boxes there.
There's some unchecked boxes.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's some unchecked boxes.
I think you're getting way too in the weeds with the like character
Not
issues.
really.
I'm saying like a person walks in the room and people like stop what they're doing and look. Right? When Giannis walks in a room, whether it's at the convention center or he walks into the 3rd Street Market Hall here, people are stopping, they're looking. It's like, oh, there's Giannis. Oh my goodness, Giannis is here. Like
except for Bel Air. You can't walk into Bel Air. And
that was so long ago. I
Wasn't that long
guarantee
ago.
the folks at Bel Air
was an
know
MVP.
Giannis now.
he's an MVP. Wasn't that long ago.
Tiger is a good example. Barry Alvarez is a good example. People who just kind of have it. They've got that wow factor. They've got that, charisma.
Yeah, I don't know. I just never had. I mean, I've met 2 presidents, and I could care less. Care less.
The presidents you met didn't have that like aura about them. Maybe his aura radar's broken.
They said allegedly I turned my back to one of them, which I did not.
You can
There
tell
are no
us.
more lies.
You can tell us. Did you?
No, I just kept
You don't
my
have to
head
name
down,
which
and I
president. You just have to
really
if
didn't
you did.
care. Mm-hmm.
Well, but again, like you always have to remember that Chewy's. Again, a lot of Chewy's perspective comes from like. Again, he was in an NFL locker room.
Yeah, I mean-
there are a ton of guys like that, yes, you have to be unimpressed with in order to be their teammates and operate.
There's no greater example than Reggie freaking White. If that guy and the stuff he carries and the way he carries himself isn't that, then no one's going to be.
But
For Chewy.
unchecked boxes, unchecked boxes.
Yeah, but when I think about this, I'm not checking boxes.
Well,
I
I
guess I
do.
don't view humans as perfect. I'm thinking about what have they done, what sort of momentum do they carry, what happens. Like when we were at the Wisconsin Sports Awards and Aaron Rodgers shows up, the whole freaking place stopped. Everybody's eyes were on Aaron Rodgers. Even the other famous people in the building were all looking and going, oh my God, there's Aaron Rodgers.
That was especially because that was at the peak.
Yes.
Right? Like our first
Look,
Wisconsin
I've
Sports
told
Awards
Frank-
coincided with his first MVP.
I have told Frank and Brett if by circumstance we are in front of St. Peter at the gate at the same time, pretend you don't know me.
And these are your pals.
Just pretend you don't know me.
You guys go
Okay.
down in the same boating accident.
There's the crazy thing is, Chew, there's an awful lot of photographic and video evidence that you do. Okay?
The old trick God thing you got going on here.
And Frank's coming in next weekend. Love him.
The credibility just plummets by the second when he says, wait a minute, it was Carmi's unchecked boxes that he lies, and then he comes full circle that they're going to lie to God at the pearly gates
Not
about
lying
their...
to God, they're lying to St. Peter. All right,
Oh, that's right,
I
yes.
think we're splitting a hair there, Jen, but it's an important hair to split.
St. Peter is very clearly God's consigliere. I don't know what we're doing here, guys. Like, words getting back. 800-990-3776. Who's the person that you've met, or maybe the person that you see on television, or the person that you see out there in the world who you think just has that it factor? I was with Nick Saban last night. He's in this room with 250 people, and they were all locked in on every word this guy had to say. Randy Watson weighing in on the YouTube stream saying Euchre. Mark weighing in saying Andre the Giant. That's a good one. Andre the Giant, obviously very physically imposing, but also had sort of that it factor. Everybody who was around him was sort of mesmerized by him. 800-990-3776. It factor folks. Let us know who the it factor folks are that you have either experienced or that you see.
Because you were on set when The Rock came by College Game Day. What was that like?
Yes, very,
Because,
yes.
again, very
Aura.
charismatic, kind of the way he carries himself.
Absolutely. Yes, that's incredible. Yeah, he's a great
player.
Just the way he carries himself.
I didn't realize being good at football was one of the boxes.
That's
that
a box.
needed to be
Isn't.
checked.
That's
Gabe,
the thing.
that
He's
is a
just-
box.
You're just
I didn't
making
realize-
up boxes at this
I didn't realize
point.
that was a box that we
This
needed
is
to
just
check off.
as a self-described hater, the amount of hate coming through from Florida right now is off
It's
the
not
charts.
hate. It's just
It's
standards.
hater.
It's standards.
We got to take a break on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We've got Jason Wilde coming up next. Busy day here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde, Craig Karmazin. We've got Week in Rechew. Stick around. It's all coming up next.
Tired of always waking up exhausted? Dad bod starting to weigh on you? Finding it harder to get excited about, basically anything? If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, it might not be that you're just getting older. That's something I used to tell myself before I started working with Mentality. There's a good chance your hormones and metabolism are out of balance. So this new year, let's get back to the old you. I know you remember that guy. Sharp at work, full of energy, fun, the one people enjoyed being around. And that's where my friends at Mentality come in. I was just in there earlier this week for my one of my checkups. It happens every 11 or 12 weeks. And Mentality, because I've been there so much over the years, I can tell you it's not a macho, low-T bro clinic. No, they are human-centered. Their mission is to figure out what's really going on in your body and brain. Mentality starts by listening. They run real labs, explain your results in plain English, and then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and FDA-approved peptide treatments to help get your brain and body back on track. So stop telling yourself and everyone around you that you're fine. No, right now, all new patient labs are covered with the treatment plan. That's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. So with Mentality, reclaim that old you, the younger you, with Mentality.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound I-94 76th Street to Holly Road is a bit backed up right now, heading into those two lanes of construction areas. So just be mindful of that heading into the downtown area near the stadium. Otherwise, it's looking pretty clear on your morning commute this morning. Today, mostly sunny and mild with a high of 48, and tonight, mostly clear with patchy fog possible and a low of 30 degrees. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another two-man scramble tournament is underway. Play TPC Scottsdale for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by February 28th. Sign up now at wisconsinindorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Nazir Spencer on 94.5 ESPN.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th, as we will be hosting our second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Home, Blow, and Bailey Cope. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Steinhoffel, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business for 130 years, Horicon Bank has helped Wisconsin businesses grow, doing banking differently since 1896. Homer here from ESPN Milwaukee. If you're a local business, that same local approach is part of the Milwaukee business community, bringing decisions closer to you. Financing approved in days, not weeks. Bankers who understand your business. Products built for real cash flow needs. When it comes to commercial lending, Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing well for 130 years.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28th at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
This President's Day, stand up for comfort and real savings at Steinhafels. Celebrate with big deals store-wide. Get $50 off every $4.99 you spend. Save on sofas, sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses, plus amazing doorbusters. Make your dream room more affordable with no interest financing until 2031 when you spend $19.99 or more. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard. Hurry, shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform, not just exist. Your storytelling would inspire, not fall flat. Your integrated campaigns would create impact, not excuses. There'd be no refreshing dashboards, no waiting on a report to explain what happened. It's time to generate quality leads and turn them into customers. Let's make it happen with Saturn Lounge, your marketing partner for clear, measurable results. Visit us today at SaturnLounge.com. When marketing works, it shows.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
Always great to catch up with our friend and teammate Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason. How you doing today?
I'm good, everybody. How are you?
Good. Can't complain. Everything's good. I asked the guys if there's anybody that you've ever met who has that it factor, has an aura about them, which apparently people are enjoying me saying the word aura on the YouTube stream. Is there anybody like that for you that you've met and the room just kind of stops when they walk in, everybody turns and sort of whispers and they've got that magnetic element to them?
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Taylor?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've interviewed Michael Jordan in a locker room before, way back early in my career. So, I know you mentioned Nick Saban, but you're around him now all the time, right? Like you're seeing him every week, and so I think for me, anyway, because I'm lucky enough to do this job, there's a demystification of that sort of thing. So I don't know if I have anybody on my list.
The interesting thing about Saban, though, is you would think that by now it would have sort of worn off, but I think that's probably why I'm so taken by him is because it still hasn't. It's still, and I watched this room last night that I was in with him, and these men who just rapt attention, locked into every word he was saying. So maybe he's a unicorn in that sense. Let me get to this.
As long as you're not staying with him at his rental property, apparently, he's great.
Yeah. Check-in's 3:00. It's 2:55. I know. Let me get to this. Joshy pulled this tweet that was circulating about the most regular season wins since 2011. So went through the entire NFL and pulled the regular season wins for each team since 2011. Patriots atop that list, 158. Yes, thank you. Chiefs, 158 wins. Packers, 155 wins. Seahawks, 154 wins. Just for the sake of this conversation, we'll just stop it there. Those other three teams have 14 Super Bowl appearances between them since 2011, and the Green Bay Packers have 0. Jason, how should Packers fans interpret that data?
Jealousy, right? I mean, they've gotten it done in the most critical moments, and the Packers have not. They've won a heck of a lot of games, but it ain't good enough. And in terms of winning a title, now. They went to, during that window, what did they go to? 14, 16, 19, and 20, right? 4 NFC championship games without getting to the Super Bowl. Is that an indictment on both Mike McCarthy and Matt LaFleur? Yes. Is that an indictment on Aaron Rodgers, who was the quarterback for all four of those? Sure. Is it an indictment on how they built their teams, that they never had? I would argue out of that group, the only time they had a really top-flight defense that was even close to what they had back in 2010 when they won the Super Bowl was the second half of the 2014 season when they were really good defensively. I mean, really good. But, again, I thought about this as I was watching the game on Sunday. Like, Sam Darnold was awesome against the Rams. I mean, they don't win if he doesn't play at that level. We agree?
Yep.
And then they're not in the Super Bowl. But they didn't win the Super Bowl because of him.
Nope.
Right? They won the Super Bowl because he didn't make any catastrophic mistakes. But he didn't put the team on his shoulders. And what I would say about Jordan Love, and he certainly did that in the first half of the Bears game, and then their protection sucked, and as a result, they couldn't do anything right offensively for those first four series, and they were battling uphill thereafter. But the truth is that, how many times has he had to put the team on his back? And if you've designed your team the way you want to, those times are limited, but they happen on occasion. And that's what obviously Sam Darnold did in L.A. or against L.A. But overall, I think it's, as it always is, it's a combination of a bunch of things. But since 2011, let's also remember there's two top seeds in there where they lost in the divisional round, right? They lost to the Giants that after they started 13-0, and they lost to the 49ers when they couldn't do anything right offensively, and of course had special teams issues as they often do in that 2021 game. So yeah, it is disappointing to say the least if you're a Packers fan.
Jason, did you read Bill Huber's article on restructure potential for 2026?
I did not.
Okay,
yes.
So they're talking about, the maximum amount they could restructure and what that equates. He equated it pretty much to a credit card. But everyone in the division, because he did it for all 32 teams, everyone in the division has much more than the Packers. Mm-hmm. The Lions have 128. Minnesota, the Bears have 85, and Minnesota has 104. The Packers have 52. Do you think they're going to use that credit card this offseason? Because they typically don't, right?
Yeah, first of all, I was told that they can do whatever they need to do, right?
Well, but everybody's also expected back.
Yes, also true, which is, that's a hard balance to strike. There's no doubt about it, because in order to do what they need to do, not everyone's coming back. So I guess my question would be, what are we expecting in terms of who's gone? Because they're not going to, like, to your point, they're not going to max it out to the point of everybody being restructured, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So who ends up being that guy, and how does that end up playing out? That would be the question to me.
Well, would you say the priority is Kraft?
Well, look, so if you, again, I haven't seen Bill's story yet, but if you're restructuring or just cutting guys loose, right? If you cut loose Elton Jenkins, what does that create for extra cap space? What is it? I think it's $11 million that you create if you move on from Rashawn Gary, right? Mm-hmm. And then, for example, if they're going to keep Aaron Banks, they're going to convert that roster bonus into a signing bonus so they can lower his cap number as well. The question that I would have then is, how many of those can they do, and what are they going to do with it? Because not only, when you ask about using the credit card, Chewy, not only do they need the credit card to go out and buy things, they also have to pay to keep anything that they want to keep, right? Yeah. And again, I don't know which of those guys they feel strongly enough about. Like, Like, there's no way they're re-signing Quay Walker, right? They made an offer to him. He didn't sign it in like October. That ship has sailed. So they're going to use some of it. I don't know if they're going to max out their credit card like someone getting a bunch of Cabbage Patch Kids back at Christmas time in the 80s.
So, Jason, going back to where Jen had started with that list, where the Packers are since 2011, and obviously they haven't gotten over the hump. What about the current regime should Packer fans feel good about that, yes, this is the regime that can get them over that Super Bowl hump?
Well, all right. So, first of all, like, one of my frustrations is that I don't feel like I have a great feel for what exactly Goody's plan is, right? Like in past years, I feel like right now, whatever today is, the February 12th, 13th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I've got, like when we talk about the off season, I just don't feel like I have a great understanding of what he wants to do. Like, I think he's letting all those guys walk, right? All those guys from the draft class. But if I'm wrong about that, and he's decided, because I was told before the season started, like last off season, that Romeo Doubs needs to ball out so he can earn himself a contract with someone else. That was what I was told by someone who works in the building. Is it possible that's changed? Did he do enough, and did he show he was, trustworthy enough, and he came to work every day, even if he wasn't happy, and then played at a level that they're like, you know what, upon further review, I think we should keep him. I just don't think that, like, I feel like I am failing at my job right now because I don't have good answers for any of this off-season stuff. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, but Goody kind of talks out the both sides of his mouth there because...
Well, that's also, Aaron Jones. I love what Aaron Jones has done for the Packers.
But he talks about, I don't like veterans because they stunt the growth of young players. Well, what the hell do you think Dobbs is doing? He's stunting the growth of gold in their first-round pick.
Right.
But
again,
so like, what is it? Which one is it,
Right, and on top of that, it's not like, but in fairness to Dobbs, it's not like Dobbs is like 36-year-old.
No.
I don't think Jordy even played at 36, but it's not like he's like a 36-year-old Jordy Nelson that's stunting the growth, right?
Yeah,
so again,
but he's also nowhere near a 26-year-old Jordy Nelson in terms of ability.
Yeah.
Like if he was that good, go ahead, stunt away for all the. He's just not. He's not good enough, I think, to be stunting the growth of other players.
But another one, Jason, I guarantee Ron would have signed Rasheed Walker a year ago or 2 years ago based on potential, and he would have said, let's just throw a signing bonus at him. We'll get him on the cheap, maybe an average of 9 for 4 years, and he's going to take it. That's his screw-up. Ron would have never let that go.
Yeah, and again, that is also just purely philosophical with him. He just doesn't believe in that. He just doesn't. He would rather not do that than and just use him up and replace him. That is all he wants to do. Is use him up and replace him. And that's why he drafted Jordan Morgan when he did. That's why he's taken the approach that he has.
Jason, we got to let you go. I know you got stuff going on this morning. Safe travels, and we will talk to you again soon.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. You can hear him on Wilde and Tausch. Jason going to be on Wilde and Tausch this morning, Joshy, as far as you know?
I do not believe so.
All right, so you can hear him on Wilde and Tausch most days, potentially not today. Take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on. Still a lot of stuff to get to.
Have you ever tried the monthly meat deal at Bunzel's Old Fashioned Meat Market in Milwaukee? Look, you need to check this out. So it changes each and every month, and there are a couple of staples that are always in there. I love doing it at least once a month. Maybe I do it twice a month. But here's what's going on right now in the February meat deal at Bunzel's. You get 1 whole pork tenderloin, 2 homemade Italian or Hungarian sausages, 1 chicken, your choice of whole or cut up. You get a pound of ground chuck and 2 pre-cooked chicken patties, all that for $20 plus tax. Make plans to stop by Bundles. Grab the February meat deal or pick up lunch for the deli. Or, again, why not both? I'll be there later today picking up some stuff for the Valentine's Day meal that I'm going to make for my wife tomorrow. I'm probably going to grab myself some lunch as well. Bundles, 90th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Find all their weekly specials at Bundles.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Less than a mile beyond ramp from Blue Mountain Road, the right shoulder is blocked due to a traffic stop. So just be mindful of that, of people outside their vehicle. Otherwise, down near the downtown area, Park Hill Avenue to General Mitchell Boulevard, westbound I-94, it is a bit backed up due to the construction zone and traffic in those two lanes. And also 76th Street to Hawley Road, eastbound I-94, it is packed up that way as well. So just be mindful of that on your morning commute. Otherwise, it's looking pretty clear across the rest of the region. Traffic is brought to you by Disney on Ice this weekend at Pfizer Forum. Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto. Buy tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Today, mostly sunny and mild with a high of 48, and tonight, mostly clear with patchy fog possible and a low of 30 degrees. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Nazir Spencer on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the third tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Olson, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
At Associated Bank, we know running a business is tough enough, so our business is making your business banking easy. That's why we make sure it speaks your language. Business and consumer-linked accounts? How about all your banking all in one place with one login account? $50 overdraft grace zone? Think of it as a I never said I was a CFO grace zone. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, free is always good. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I don't know which is which, but here's what I do.
Yes, all right.
I take the plus and I put it to the plus. I take the minus and I put it to the minus.
Yeah, but the jacker things don't have that.
Yeah, they do.
Where?
Sure do. On the handles.
What's a jacker thing? Is it something that your wife keeps in the drawer?
He meant jumper cables.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're just tuning in and you missed our conversation with Jason Wilde, you can, of course, find it on the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's where we aggregate all of Jason's stuff. So if you want to hear what he had to say this morning, go ahead and give it a whirl. So we mentioned to him this compilation. Well, let me repeat it for you guys. Most regular season wins since 2011. This was on Twitter. Patriots have 158 regular season wins since 2011, 5 Super Bowl appearances. Chiefs, 158 regular season wins, 6 Super Bowl appearances. The Packers are third on this list with 155, and we did go back this morning and we did check all of these numbers to make sure that they were accurate. Packers have 155 regular season wins since 2011. Now, of course, you'll recall that it was the beginning of 2011 when the Packers won the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and company. But since then, 0 Super Bowl appearances. We'll go one step further, mention the Seahawks, 154, so 1 win less than your Green Bay Packers and 3 Super Bowl appearances. And we asked Jason how fans should feel about those numbers. And this isn't haterade. This isn't, us being negative Ghost Rider. This is how should fans feel about that? And Jason said jealous. They should feel jealous that these other teams have figured out ways to not only win games in the regular season, but put together success, stack success to the point of getting to the postseason. Chewy, do you agree with Jason that jealousy should be the overwhelming emotion that people feel when they hear that?
Yeah. I'd like to know how many of the coaches got fired. Andy Reid's been there since when? Since 11?
Let me look that up. I don't know if he's been there since then, but right around that time frame, it was 12 or 13.
And then a lot of the
2013 is his first year as the head coach of the Chiefs.
A lot of the Patriots was Belichick. And then they fired, who's the guy that played linebacker for him that they can't?
Gerard Mayo.
Mayo.
So Romeo Crennel was the coach.
Oh, Crennel.
For the 2011 season. I guess Todd Haley started that season and then was fired.
Crennel was the one who beat the Packers in 2011. Packers won 15-1. Crennel was the interim coach who beat him in 11. I don't know who they hired between there, and then Andy took over in 13.
So this is McCarthy and LaFleur.
Correct. Oh, yeah.
And they've only had one firing. You see where I'm going here?
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, and then the Seahawks. You got to throw the Seahawks in there as well because they are only 1 regular season win shy of the Packers' 155.
And technically they didn't have any firings in that time because Pete Carroll and the Seahawks amicably parted ways.
Yeah, that's a firing. I chalk that up to a firing. But they've had 3 Super Bowl appearances. Do you have more on the list, Jen?
That's as far as this list goes.
That's as far as it goes.
And look, maybe if we added more information there, it would be more palatable. But as it stands, he said jealous, which I think is a good way, jealous of those franchises that have figured out how to turn regular season success into postseason success and at least Super Bowl appearances. Frustrated? Can you be frustrated?
Yeah,
with
I think that's fair.
That information?
What all 3 of those teams, though, they did is at some point since 2011, they bottomed out. Packers haven't bottomed out. What was the Packers' bottom out? It was when the year McCarthy got fired? Would they still win 6 games that year, 7 games that year? So, I think that kind of helps in terms of acquiring some of this top-end talent. The Packers have just had this consistency of, they're always in the playoffs. They're doing these things. Yes, the highs for those teams have been better. The lows have also been lower. And because those lows were lower, the Chiefs had a number 1 overall pick. They had a top 10 pick in Patrick Mahomes. Like, they had these bad seasons that eventually led them to getting these big-time difference makers. Again, the Patriots, number 3 overall pick. They get Drake May. It's...
Well, then bottom out. Bottom out and give us some Super Bowls.
Well, but who's going to bottom out you? You don't bottom out by choice.
No,
this isn't the NBA.
I know. I'm not a big spinning wheels guy. I don't like spinning wheels. If something ain't working, I make changes. I just do. It's just I don't know if it's lack of patience or just like if someone is supposed to do this and they don't do it.
Which is funny because you were just preaching patience earlier this week in the NFL.
What's that?
You were preaching patience earlier this week in the NFL.
But Gabe, I've always said ever since I said I will take a Super Bowl every 12 years. I don't care if you suck for 3 years. Just give me a Super Bowl every 10. You know?
Which, I mean, you have said that, but it's also BS.
No.
And I hear you. I'm glad that you pointed that out as a consistency with these other teams that we were talking about, which have had regular season success and been able to translate it into postseason success as well. But the Packers can't bottom out now, right? That would have been something they would have had to have done maybe during the transition from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. But now you have to continue building towards the mountaintop.
Okay, Jen, the question I asked Jason, would you put this year's team, max it out on the credit card? No?
I did see that article that Bill Huber wrote, and one of the caveats that he mentioned in that article was even if you do that, you're still behind the eight ball when you compare what the Packers have to spend versus what a lot of other teams in the league have to spend. And so it does feel like an uphill battle, if I'm being honest, Chu. But yes, you see teams around the league that choose to do that, that choose to mortgage the future for the present.
And I mean, again, that bill is going to come due for the Lions. It's coming due pretty much very soon for the Eagles. Like
the Eagles, it is due.
Yeah, it kind of shortens your window, right? By borrowing as much as you can. I don't think the Packers max it out. And the good news is, Drew, you had mentioned, the other three teams in the division, they've got a lot more they can borrow, but they've got a lot bigger hole they need to dig themselves out of just to get to even on the salary cap. So I think those things kind of even themselves out. I think the Packers are $5 or $6 million above the cap. So that's easy enough to get even, and then you have to find money for your draft class if you want to sign a free agent, Tucker Kraft. I don't think you need $52 million to do that. I think you just, if there is a free agent that you think is out there, and I haven't done a deep dive yet into the free agent class, if there's a free agent out there that you think can help the team, all right, then restructure a deal so you can go after that guy. But if you kind of look at if you look at the free agent class and it's, there's a lot of really good wide receivers, or there's really, okay, don't really need that. Oh, there's a couple of really good safeties. Oh, we're good on safeties. There's not a really good corner. There's not a really good defensive tackle. There's not offensive line help we can get. Unless you see those things, I wouldn't open up the money unless you actually, okay, this is a guy that can be a difference maker for us.
But how are you going to feel, okay, because Jason kind of said it. How are you going to feel Rasheed Walker gone, Dobbs gone, Quay gone, Ngabare gone? Who am I missing? Malik, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. He's a backup quarterback. But how are you going to feel going into next year?
Honestly, Drew, that's, to me, of all the guys you listed, Malik's probably the most important one on that list for me.
Just kind of projecting, how am I going to feel in training camp with everyone gone and maybe one free agent?
Because they have planned for this, right? And whether you agree with the plan or not, a lot of those guys, they've planned to be free agents. You mentioned Romeo. Look at the wide receiver room. That place is stacked. Again, I know you want to keep Sheed at this point, Chu, but that ship has sailed.
It's too late. Yeah.
And they have planned for that by having a first-round pick ready to backfill there. Quay Walker, they wanted to sign him at their number. He didn't want to sign at that number, so they've got a top 100 pick in Tyron Hopper ready to go and fill that spot. So they've kind of planned for this at a lot of those positions. Now, again, defensive tackle, I think, because of the Kenny Clark trade to get Mike Parsons in here, that opened up a bigger hole than maybe you were anticipating at defensive tackle. But even losing Ngabare, they've got 2 draft picks in Barron Sorrell and Colin Oliver that didn't play a ton last year because they were injured. Those guys are part of the plan to backfill at the Ngabare position.
So that should give some optimism, obviously, as they continue to have to navigate free agency and some of the departures. We are asking you the question this morning. When you hear what we reference, that the Patriots, the Chiefs, and the Seahawks are the other teams in the top 4 for regular season wins since 2011, and they all have a combined 14 Super Bowl appearances to the Packers 0. How does that make you feel, Packers fans? Jason said jealous, frustrating. Kevin weighing in on the Carbless Talk and text line. He says aggravated, especially when they lose to teams that they should beat. Sat through 3/4 of the Carolina game. What the hell was that? That was a regular season game, obviously. That was a regular season loss.
I would say unacceptable, Jen. I'd throw that word in there. It's just unacceptable.
But how do you change it, right? Because, again, Gabe brings up the point that these other teams have had losing seasons that sort of catapulted them to these high levels of success, to this postseason success that we are clamoring for, that we are hungry for here in Wisconsin with the Green Bay Packers. And that's not going to happen. Packers aren't going to bottom out. They're not going to tank in order to your point, Shu, guarantee a Super Bowl appearance. So can this process, can this plan work? This plan of sort of maintaining status quo and hoping that you catch lightning in a bottle, that there's some luck there, because we know luck is involved, and you can get a Super Bowl appearance, because it does feel like an extended drought. And sometimes, Gabe, I got to be honest with you, when it's in black and white like this, it's a little alarming.
Yeah, but again, it's not just a Matt LaFleur problem, right? Like, that goes back and covers the majority of the Mike McCarthy era, right? So it's an organizational thing. And again, presidents have changed now in that time. General managers have changed in that time. So it's an organizational thing.
What's acceptable? How often should you be winning the Super Bowl? What's acceptable to Packers fans? 10 years?
Start with appearing in them.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're going on 16 years, right? 17 years? 17 years. We're going on 17 years.
Well, is the rainy day fund growing?
I mean, it will, yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll find about that in July, Josh. Probably be up over $600 million. Probably be over $600 million.
You know, fans don't give a rip about that, right?
No, but I do know the Packers do.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying we tell the fans how much money's in the kitty. Unless you're using it to buy a Super Bowl, I couldn't care less. We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. A lot of stuff to think about there. How does that information make you feel as a Packers fan? Frustrated? Aggravated? Jealous? Let us know on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776. If you've ever thought about getting an infrared sauna, this weekend is the time to check one out. I have a Good Health sauna in my basement. I use it all the time. After workouts, when I get home, and especially during these Wisconsin winters, when you can't get the chill out of your bones, you step into your Good Health sauna, and it is an easy solution. They will be at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show this weekend, which is great, because it means you can actually see the saunas in person, ask questions, and see how easy they are to install in your home. They've been doing this for more than 20 years. Saunas cost about 25 cents a day to run, and they come with a true lifetime warranty, which was a big deal for me. So if an infrared sauna has been on your list, go find Good Health Saunas at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show, February 12th through February 14th.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union. On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This President's Day, stand up for comfort and real savings at Steinhafels. Celebrate with big deals store-wide. Get $50 off every $4.99 you spend. Save on sofas, sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses, plus amazing doorbusters. Make your dream room more affordable with no interest financing until 2031 when you spend $19.99 or more. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard. Hurry, shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Commercial contractors. It takes a well-managed crew of professionals to keep a company running smoothly, and that takes time. Service Titan, the end-to-end business management platform for the trades, provides the tools to manage your crew in the field. With automated scheduling, time tracking, progress updates, and more, your team stay on track, on budget, and aligned from start to finish. Learn how Service Titan is taking your teams to new levels of efficiency. Visit servicetitan.com to request a demo. That's servicetitan.com. Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
If you're thinking about an infrared sauna, don't miss Good Health Saunas at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show this weekend. This is Jen Latta with ESPN Milwaukee. See their in-home infrared saunas in person, talk with the experts, and take advantage of special show savings. With over 20 years of experience, Good Health Saunas are easy to install, cost as little as 25 cents a day, and include a true lifetime warranty. Find Good Health Saunas at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show, February 12th through the 14th.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and Cousin Subs has the perfect sweet treat. Our limited-time chocolate strawberry shake mixes rich chocolate and sweet strawberry flavor into one creamy, indulgent sip. Share it on a date, or enjoy it just for you. But hurry, it's only available through February 15th. Order in store, online, or in the app today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Gabe, it'll change your life. Any barbecue you eat for the rest of your life will be measured against Buc-ee's.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Navigating today's complex market takes more than a bank. It takes a strategic partner. At Fifth Third Bank, we help businesses manage risk and solve financial challenges with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making. For 167 years and nearly 20 here in Milwaukee, we've been optimizing growth with solutions like commercial payments, capital structure optimization, and risk mitigation strategies. Big enough to deliver sophisticated solutions, yet local enough to make decisions that matter. Connect with our Milwaukee team today to experience the difference that only Fifth Third can provide. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
I'm not sure how much you're paying attention, but the Bucks won again last night, Joshy. Do not do the thing that you did yesterday. You did that to spite me. Bucks have now won 5 of their last 6, guys, after a 110-93 win over the Oklahoma City Thunder last night. And one of the big stories of the game, Gabe, was what?
Ousmane Dieng.
Who?
Ousmane Dieng.
Ousmane Dieng?
Yes.
He's a member of the Bucks.
Okay.
Had a big game.
Yeah, he's played well. I mean, the last 2 games, he had 19 points last night, 10 rebounds. Previous game, he had 17 points. He's hit 8 3-pointers in those 2 games, the second win against Orlando, and then last night. He was somebody that was kind of minor that the Bucks were able to acquire, but he's young. He's 22 years old, and just kind of didn't have a place to play for his old team in OKC. Bucks took a flyer on him in the first couple of games here. Then been pretty good. I mean, he was the 11th overall pick in 2022, so there's talent there. He just hasn't had the opportunity to play, and the Bucks are giving him that opportunity right now, hoping that they can grow him, hoping that he can be that diamond in the rough, that little minor move that can help make a difference in being competitive this year and being competitive going forward.
The vibes are very high right now surrounding the Milwaukee Bucks. Bobby Portis saying as much last night after the game. He said it feels great. It feels good. Obviously, we got a long season ahead, but right now the vibe is great. And that's how it looks when you watch this team. They look like they're enjoying playing basketball, and obviously they're having success. So here we are again at this crossroads of, is this a good thing or a bad thing for the Milwaukee Bucks? Because the way they're playing right now, Gabe, and I know that the East is weak, but you gain some traction, you gain some momentum, and I know we've said it here on this program, feels like anything is possible once you get Giannis back on the floor.
Yeah, the problem is they've just dug themselves such a deep hole. Now, they should, I think, be able to get to the play-in, because right now they're tied with the Chicago Bulls for 11th. And the Bulls are in tank mode. All right, they traded away a lot of really good pieces. They don't have any tall players on their roster anymore. They just don't care. They're trying to lose. So right now you're tied with them. You should be able to leapfrog them. They've lost their last 6. And, yeah, you should be able to catch to me Atlanta or Charlotte. Getting to where Miami is. Miami's above 500 at 29 and 27. 4.5 games back. Could be a little bit tougher because Miami is, again, trying to be a playoff team as well. So it's not like they're going to be tanking. It's a little bit of a taller task to get to one of those, that 7 or 8 spot. But as currently constructed, and you add Giannis to that, I mean, this is still
saying?
Probably.
What are you saying?
What?
They're going to the finals. I mean, what are you trying to sell here? I don't get what you're selling.
No, I mean, I'm saying it's a competitive team, and this is what they're trying to do. I'm not selling you. I'm telling you what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the playoffs.
But I believe I heard and then you never know. That's what we're doing here?
I just said...
That's not what I said, but...
No,
I believe...
If you want to put words in my mouth...
Josh?
I said, and you never know, right? Because when Giannis is on the floor, you really do never know. And again, there have been times where we have been critical of this, but he only has one gear. So when he gets back out on that court, he is going to be the Giannis that we have seen, hopefully, not hampered by injury. And again, with the East being what is, look, this is what they're trying to do. It's very obvious, right? We can sit here and we can womp for every win because we think they should be tanking because that sets them up for future success. But that's clearly not the path that they have chosen to take. And so all I'm saying is, hey, it's a fun brand of basketball to watch right now. It's fun to watch these young guys figure out how to play together and be able to put wins back to back. I believe this is the first back-to-back win since like October or something crazy. Right?
Well, no, they already had because they've won 5 of 6. So they lost, and now they've won back-to-back.
In this stretch.
They won back-to-back, yes. They won back-to-back before the loss, and now they've won back-to-back again. Yeah, the 3-game winning streak is something that hadn't really happened for this team, in a long time. That, the Bulls, Pelicans, Pacers win before that loss to the Magic. But, true. They're trying to convince Giannis that they can be competitive, and... Yeah, do I think that they're going to have a great chance if they get that 8 seed and they're facing the Pistons? The Pistons are a really good defensive team.
Price is Right. Do you want a rebuttal?
I don't think that's how Price is Right works.
No, I'm saying wah, 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 wah. That's what I call Josh now. When we talk Bucks, Price is Right.
You're going to call Joshy the Price is Right?
Well, that's from the Price is Right. Am I right or wrong?
You are correct on that. That is the Price is Right.
There you go.
You've gone over, but this is the route that they've decided to take because they think by proving to Giannis that they can get into the play-in and then into the playoffs, that helps them convince Giannis that they can be a competitive team in 2026-27.
And then he is more likely to sign the Supermax with Milwaukee in October. I think is the main goal here.
Yep. Figuring out a way to get Giannis to sign on the dotted line. That is the only goal right now, Chewy. The goal's not to win an NBA
No, I know
Finals
that. I just thought they'd go the tank route.
Dave says, so the Bucks' goal is to make it fun for Jen to watch? Well, that's not a bad side effect. Wouldn't you rather watch fun basketball than unfun basketball? It was unfun when they were losing. It's certainly more fun now. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on right after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
A little bit backed up near the Waukesha County area from Calhoun Road all the way to Barker Road due to a crash on I-94 West 2 miles beyond the ramp from Moreland Road. That right lane is closed due to a crash. Policemen are on the scene, and it seems to just be a lot of people outside, so just be mindful of that as you're driving on I-94 West in the Waukesha County area. More out west, a crash on ramp from Highway 67 to I-94 West in the Oconomowoc area, so just be mindful of that ramp as it is blocked off right now. And in the downtown area, Park Hill Avenue to General Mitchell Boulevard, westbound I-94 is backed up near the stadium, and 76th Street to Holly Road, eastbound I-94 is also backed up. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. Today, mostly sunny sunny and mild with a high of 48, and tonight mostly clear with patchy fog possible and a low of 30 degrees. This report is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com.
Busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
If you're into muskie fishing, the Muskie Expo is the place to be this coming weekend, the 13th through the 15th, where you'll find an excellent assortment of everything muskies, held at the Washington County Fair Park. Find out more at muskieexpo.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI-HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Lots of reaction rolling in as we were discussing the Milwaukee Bucks to end the first hour of the show. Let me get to some of it in the YouTube stream. Renshi says, I wish the Bucks would just tank for the one pick they have this year. For the one pick they have this year. I hope the Bucks pull off what the Heat did in 2023. Don't change your tune of tanking. Or that horn. That from Mr. 36G. Bucks are hurting themselves. It's a bad business plan. That from Aaron. Just a smattering of what you're seeing from the YouTube stream this morning in regards to the Bucks winning 5 of 6, which again does nothing to improve their lottery situation, but does give you some hope that maybe this team could find themselves in the play-in, in the playoffs, and then anything can happen.
Yeah, but again, you got to be careful if you tank, because tanking can end up hurting owners' wallets. NBA handed out fines yesterday. The Jazz were fined $500,000 for tanking?
Sitting
their players. Because, Chewy, they were just taking their players and not playing them in the fourth quarter. And now I got to imagine it's an invented injury for Jaren Jackson Jr., who was traded to that team just over a week ago. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, he's out for the season. We didn't see it on the initial physical we give him. We just realized that it's here now. We got to shut him down. Oh, okay, Utah. Yeah, sure. I believe that. The Pacers were also fined $100,000 by the NBA yesterday for some of their tanking methods. So you got to be careful in the manner in which you tank. If you start doing it too overtly, the NBA has no choice but to fine you, and now they're even thinking of wild, crazy ways to prevent tanking, like a tournament after the season.
Didn't somebody even try to suggest, I think I saw on Get Up the other day, eliminating the draft?
Oh, yeah, that's David Dennis Jr. That's his big thing. He wants to eliminate the draft completely. Then when you come into the league, you can just go wherever you want. And now, instead of tanking and being a bad organization, it incentivizes you to be a good organization, to be a team that's somebody that wants to sign there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not a
good plan. That's the thoughts behind David Dennis Jr.'s no-draft plan.
Justin weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776. Less is more. We were on the wrong side of 8v1 upset not that long ago. Horst has added some legitimate pieces. They are at least interesting to watch now. And look, that's what I would say. You don't want to cash in your chips on the season now, right? Still got, it's just the All-Star break. It's the freaking All-Star break this weekend. You still got a half of a season left. So what you're seeing headed into the All-Star break should excite you, even if you know that it likely won't lead to something that will benefit them in the draft situation, right? Maybe Horst, again, is putting the pieces together right now, and that's all we can hope for. Because I think everybody is aligned in wanting Giannis to remain in Milwaukee. And we know what likely would lead to that. having a competitive team, making it so it feels like the Bucks are, contending for titles, which is what Giannis wants. It sounds like a broken record, but this is where we are, and this is what it is. And so you can sit there and be mad about the fact that the Bucks are clearly not tanking and are not choosing to take the other path in the Choose Your Own Adventure book, but this is what they're doing. So get on board.
Yeah.
Are they the Cincinnati Bengals of the NFL?
How so?
I mean, Bengals never won a championship.
No, I know, but Bengals defense terrible. They got some pieces, but they're still a couple years away, I think, from being relevant.
Well,
Would you say that
the
as a
news
comp?
is when you have Giannis, you're always relevant, whether it's for good reasons or bad reasons, Chew. You're still relevant when you have Giannis.
Well, it's like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's still a top 5 quarterback.
Yep.
But you need more than that. I mean, they have some pieces offensively, but, I mean, I bet their Super Bowl odds are not great for next year.
Yeah. The Bengals odds are not going to be high, and the Bucks have an off season to try to see if. Again, they've got the rest of this season to see if Cam Thomas can be a long-term fit, to see if Ousmane Dieng is actually going to be somebody that they can be excited about, and it's not just a 2-game hot streak for a 22-year-old. Okay, let's see if this 6'9", guy who obviously has some ability, if he can fit into our future plans.
But okay, I'm just trying to gauge how long Giannis will wait.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
well,
if it's 3 years, is that too long? Because they ain't winning it. Come on, what are we doing here? They ain't winning it next year. Sorry. Let's be realists here.
I have no idea, Chew. They might be able to go and make some moves. Like, when you have Giannis, that one player means more than any other sport. Because there's only
in
5
basketball,
on the floor.
you're saying.
Yes, yeah. Like, the one player, and having one player like Giannis means more than it does having a player like that in the NFL, in Major League Baseball, just because there's only 5 on the floor, and he can make such an impact. Right? And you pull the right triggers. Do I think it's likely? No. But you make the right couple of moves, and you can get back to the top pretty quick if you have a player like Giannis.
The only thing I'm nervous about, and I hope I'm not jinxing anything by saying this out loud, gang, is that you're going to see chemistry start to develop with this crew, with this cast of characters. And then when Giannis returns from the injury, you're going to insert him back into the lineup. And they're not going to be able to play the same way. So you may see them take a step back as they try to reacclimate to Giannis now being a part of that core. That's the only thing I'm nervous about. Because when we've done that in the past, when Giannis has been out and you've seen some chemistry develop with the guys who are on the floor, they start winning some games, Giannis goes back in, all of a sudden you see guys sort of not knowing what to do out there. They defer to Giannis because obviously Giannis wants the ball to run through him. So that's the only thing that makes me hesitant about, can they keep this train rolling? Can they keep the momentum going when Giannis comes back? There's going to be a transition period, Gabe, as they figure out how this group of guys can work with one of the greatest to do it.
Yeah, I guess I'm not as concerned about that. I think they can figure that out. This gives me hope for them, because where the Bucks have really struggled this season is when Giannis is not on the floor. Like, the numbers the Bucks have when Giannis has been on the floor have been pretty good, been really good. But then when he's off the floor, like, whatever lead you built up, then it disappears. Then he comes back out, you build up the lead, and then it disappears. So having these guys out there and playing the way that they do now gives me hope that, okay, when Giannis is not on the floor, this team still can play high-quality basketball in those non-Giannis minutes and be able to maintain leads, be able to grow leads. And that's where you can kind of differentiate yourself and start putting together these win streaks.
But does chemistry matter without Giannis? I mean, when Giannis comes back, the chemistry might go to crap because Giannis is going to have the ball in his hand so much.
Yeah, I think it, again, because every iteration that over the years that the Bucks have had with Giannis on the floor, it ends up working out because Giannis is that good. To me, Chew, it's about those non-Giannis minutes because he's not out there for 48 minutes every night.
No. Yeah,
so it's those minutes where, okay, this chemistry exists between these guys, and now that can continue when Giannis is not on the floor.
But if you watched the game last night, and I know you did, Gabe, you saw a different style of basketball than you see when Giannis is on the court. And I'm not saying it's asking too much because these guys are professionals, they're getting paid, figure it out. But it is a different style of basketball when he's on the court with, as far as what each person's responsibility is. And so you're just asking these guys, some of them young, hey, we're going to play two different styles of basketball. When Giannis isn't on the court, we're going to go this way. When Giannis is on the court, it's going to go this way. And then it's just the ability to kind of go back and forth between those worlds.
Yeah, you're a professional basketball player. Like, I don't think that's that big of an ask because that's what teams do across the league when they have a star. The Nuggets look different when Jokic isn't on the floor, right? They got to play a little bit differently because everything runs through him, and he's such a great passer and scorer, and he does all these things for the Nuggets. Same thing. I mean, last night, OKC, they were without their top 2 guys, so they struggled, but they have to play different when SGA isn't on the floor versus when he is on the floor. I mean, this is... Was it different, though, Gabe, because Doc wasn't there? I don't think so. Because I don't think you can really make changes with just one guy stepping in. I don't think you can make fundamental changes to your team in one game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he's been on the coaching staff, and he's just going to do all the... I mean, maybe there's a different inbounds play here or there, but the fundamental and structure of who your team isn't going to change just because the ham slamwich had to step in and be the coach last night.
800-990-3776 reaction rolling in on the YouTube stream as well. Nuggeteer says Darvin Ham should just coach the rest of the season. I mean, it's not going to happen, but it's fun to talk about. Chipping for Par says maybe Giannis is doing all of these other investments to make money elsewhere so he can take a pay cut and get reliable players on the team. I don't know, it could be a pipe dream. It's not going to happen. I feel like I could just rerun the same thing I said a moment ago. If Giannis is playing in Milwaukee, he is absolutely signing that Supermax in October, if that's the direction he chooses to go. And then you're seeing a little bit more pessimism about what is going on with the Bucks. Corralling My Chaos says you got to trade Giannis, period. They have no other way to restock their talent coffers. 800-990-3776. I do like this from Sam on the Carbless Talking text line, gang. He says, if you parlay Bucks to make the playoffs and the Brewers to win the division, that could be a pretty nice little payday. Brewers to win the division. Okay. Bucks to make the playoffs. That means play-in, right? You got to play in, and then you got to make the playoffs.
You got to be one of those 8 teams after the play-in.
After the play-in.
That's how you get to the playoffs, which, again, the Bucks would probably, as they sit right now, have to win 2 games in a row. Once you get to that play-in, because they'd be the 9 or 10 team. My only issue with that is you have to wait so long for the Brewers to win the division.
Just got to hold on
like
to that
September,
bet slip.
Man. That's so far away.
Joshy, how do you feel about that one? Bucks to make the playoffs, parlay with Brewers to win the division.
Seems fair. I mean, I don't know what to bet on the Bucks right now.
You're going to get your kind of odds, I'll tell you that. You like those 4-digit odds.
I mean, I've heard crazier at that.
The only thing I can think
worse.
of parlay is the little yogurt thing. The yogurt in a...
Parfait.
Oh, parfait.
All right, calm down, donkey. Everybody loves parfait. Everybody loves parlay.
Oh, I thought it was a parlay.
You would think, as somebody that's been eating more and more yogurt, you would know what the parfait is.
What's a parfait?
You're a breakfast
Is that
guy
yogurt in like nuts?
That's like the berries and the granola, right? You got a little stackage happening. Yeah. Not to be confused with the parlay, which I believe was your initial question, right?
That's you got to win both bets?
Yes. That's the parlay.
Or all 6 bets.
Yeah, you can layer it as deep as you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at Chewy on a hot streak headed into Week in Rechew.
I thought you tried to learn how to gamble when you got done playing. This seems like a pretty basic one, man.
Major flaw.
I bet one team.
You would just bet one at a time? You didn't want to stack anything?
Too many. You get too confused. Yeah.
I don't have that problem.
I remember the game I lost, too. I thought it was a lock.
What game was it?
Tampa Bay was playing someone. I was in...
So you remember half the game.
I was in the Bahamas, and I thought it was a lock, and that's when I stopped gambling.
Chewy's stone cold lock of the century of the week.
Oh, God, was that dumb. Wish I had that $5,000 back.
Jeez.
I mean, it was a lock. It was a lock.
$5,000?
Yikes. Buddy.
That's why I think the NFL possibly can be rigged. Because it was a lock of locks, Gabe.
Tampa Bay just let you down? Just the offense couldn't move the ball? What happened?
I don't know why I moved
Most
here.
days I forget that we're all in different tax brackets, and then he says something like that.
This was fresh coming off of the highest paid tight end in the league.
Good grief.
Yeah.
If you're headed to a Milwaukee Bucks game, you can make a bet at Potawatomi Sportsbook and catch a shuttle to Fiserv Forum. After a purchase or a bet, they're going to give you a wristband. That wristband gets you on the shuttle, takes you to Fiserv Forum so you can enjoy all the high-flying action. Shuttle pickups and drop-offs are at the Annex. That's right next to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. They begin 1 hour and 15 minutes before the game, and then they run nonstop until 1 hour after the game. Bet above the rest only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Big crash on I-94 West, 2 miles beyond a ramp from Moreland Road. The right lane is closed to a big crash in the Brookfield, Waukesha area from Sunny Slope Road all the way down to Barker Road. You're going to be seeing a lot of backup, probably some standstills. So just be mindful of that. Slow down on your way to Waukesha area and back to the downtown area from Park Hill Avenue to the Holly Road, actually, down westbound to I-94. It's a bit backed up as well near the stadium interchange, and 76th Street to Holly Road eastbound is also backed up on eastbound I-94. So just be mindful of that on your morning commute this morning. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. Today, mostly sunny and mild with a high of 48, and tonight, mostly clear with patchy fog possible and a low of 30 degrees. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Nazir Spencer on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform, not just exist. Your storytelling would inspire, not fall flat. Your integrated campaigns would create impact, not excuses. There'd be no refreshing dashboards, no waiting on a report to explain what happened. It's time to generate quality leads and turn them into customers. Let's make it happen with Saturn Lounge, your marketing partner for clear, measurable results. Visit us today at SaturnLounge.com. When marketing works, it shows.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at Brewers.com.
This President's Day, stand up for comfort and real savings at Steinhoffel's. Celebrate with big deals store-wide. Get $50 off every $4.99 you spend. Save on sofas, sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses, plus amazing doorbusters. Make your dream room more affordable with no interest financing until 2031 when you spend $19.99 or more. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard. Hurry, shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm telling you, don't doubt his story because he heebie-jeebies at certain times to miss field goals.
Yeah.
Gabe, I showed you how he does the heebie-jeebies, right? You take your fingers and you rub them back and forth on your thigh and you go heebie-jeebie, heebie-jeebie. swear the guy bats 100%. So to call him a liar and he puts a curse on you?
Look, I'm not calling him a liar.
Yeah, you are.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Tune in the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast and the Bucks Plus Audio Network. It's presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant. Bucks vs. the World, narrated by comedian Charlie Behrens, reveals the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to take on the best national team in the world, the Soviet Union. Before the Dream Team, this long-forgotten tournament in Milwaukee globalized the game of basketball and opened doors to international stars coming to the NBA. Find Behind the Bucks, bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher.
Think you know the show better than the average ESPN Milwaukee fan? Now's your chance to prove it. It's time to play The Week in Rechew.
How you feeling today, big guy?
I feel good.
Yeah, I think you're going to do well.
You think?
I got a vibe. I got a feeling.
Based on what?
Hey, Price is right. Tone it down a little bit over there, all right?
He's coming in with a little attitude. I don't know.
Yep.
All right, what do we got?
All right, Chew, we got 5 questions. You get 3 right, you win. You get 3 wrong, you lose. We begin with question number 1.
My white ass.
Why were you talking about your white ass?
Oh, I was on Zoom for all to see at Angie's work.
Strong start, dude. Strong start.
Yep.
He's singing the answers, guys.
All right, he's feeling good. See if he can keep
it's
it rolling.
Valentine's Day.
With question
but
number 2.
But it's also Friday the 13th, which is weird.
Well, Valentine's Day's tomorrow.
What?
13th and Valentine's Day didn't send off an alert in your head?
Valentine's Day is February 14th. Always has been,
Famously.
always will be.
Well, then why didn't my wife say anything?
Why, did you give her Valentine's already?
Yeah.
Nice work, bud.
Yeah.
Well,
You dingus.
Well, because she knows who she's married to.
Yeah, but we know he's trying to,
Because this is what I did. I went and looked for
Today and
reservations.
tomorrow.
Correct,
Hold
exactly.
on, time out. I went and looked for reservations at restaurants for tonight, and I couldn't get any. So we went last night. So I figured that Valentine's Day was today.
You're stretching it out over 3 days?
Attaboy.
Trying to get lucky? Tic-tac-toe?
Yep.
All right, question number 2.
No, hold on, Josh. I don't think it's so much a toe.
It kind of feels like it.
I just don't like being wrong.
What did you get called out for being this week?
I don't remember the ribbits.
Oh, I do.
Really?
I actually thought that Joshy was talking about frog in there, so I thought he was playing the ribbit sound in relation to this conversation, but it is actually the clip.
Which you guys didn't get back to me on the text chain yesterday.
We don't need to dive into that.
Well, are they or not? Does that make me seem old? Can you just give me the answer?
Can you
so I
just
don't
answer
use it
this
anymore?
question?
I don't think he knows what this question is. Can you play the sound again, Joshy?
No. Hold on, Josh. I don't think it's so much a toe.
It kind of feels like it.
I just don't like being wrong.
What did you get called out for being this week?
I have no idea.
Being a Brewers toad.
Oh. No, I'm just a realist.
You're a Brewers toad.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably say I am. I just feel bad for him, like I feel bad for Rashid.
You are, without a doubt, a Rashid toad.
Yes,
the biggest
that's fair.
apologist. His mother doesn't bring up the injustices he served as a Green Bay Packer.
All right.
You're 1 for 2. Pivotal question number 3.
I actually thought it was the cereal when I read it. Oh, the Kashi.
What is the name of the company that sounds a lot like a cereal that keeps you regular?
There's an L in there. Kalashi?
Judges?
I think on the Chewy scale we have to give it to him.
100%. The fact that he knew what the letter was, guys.
There's a letter,
Yeah.
there's a letter that trips him up.
He said there's an L in there.
K-A-L-S. No.
Yes!
Yeah, you were right.
S-H-I?
Yeah.
Can't pronounce it, but he can spell it.
Yeah, that's extra credit there, Joshy. All right. 2 for 1.
2 for 3.
2 for 3, 2 and 1.
It's a Palermo sale. They're BOGO right now.
You know how like they showed like the probability when the games are going on?
Yeah.
Right. My
Yeah.
confidence in Chewy is dipping. Okay. If we were live tracking it, okay, I was real high at the beginning of the segment.
Kind of like they do on Kalshi. Maybe you can bet on this on Kalshi going forward. Question number 4, Joshy.
But I don't mind listening to other people.
Who's
But
the
the only one I really care about?
Who's the only person you care about listening to?
Ange?
Sorry, that is the incorrect answer.
Who?
You.
Oh.
The only person you care about listening to is yourself.
It's funny, I put this in here because I expected you to say Ange after that, and then you said yourself, and I said, well, that's interesting.
Here's a little mental note.
I wonder if he'll regret that one.
I don't remember that. I'm wondering if it happened on Wednesday.
I think it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He only listens
What was
to
I
himself.
talking about, Gabe? Had to be
I
Packer
forgot the
related.
I forget the context, but I remember you
Really?
talking about, the only person I listen to is myself.
What are we at now?
2 for 2.
He's
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
There it
Yeah,
is.
he's 2 for 4.
Yeah.
Which means it comes down to question number 5, whether Chewy wins, whether Chewy loses this week on Week in Read Chew. Joshy, question number 5.
He's tipping the fridge. Rocking it back and forth. Oh, Lord.
What Olympic event did the fella who admitted to cheating on his girlfriend compete in?
A biathlon.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, thank goodness. I had a lot riding on that shoe.
Chicken dinner. With extra credit, too.
So you guys talked about that on Wednesday, too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, couldn't pass up the opportunity. Talk about the guy who won a bronze.
That was the first time I had ever heard the phrase rockin' the fridge.
Yeah, you tip the fridge to eventually push it over.
Uh-huh.
You got to rock it.
But what in the context, how was it used in the context of this guy cheating on his girlfriend?
This was his first step, I believe he was
Because
saying.
he's in suck-up mode.
Chewy thinks that he's going to win her back, and he feels
Yeah.
like the admission that
On
he
television
had,
to the
yes,
world.
that he was so sorry. That was the first motion, even though she was reached out to by some tabloid over there in Norway and had basically said, I don't want to be in this position. I don't like that I'm in this position. He is familiar with how I feel about this.
Yeah.
But Chewy somehow marked that down as a win for the guy. Which, again,
He's tipping the fridge. I got it. Now I'm following. Okay, that makes sense. Hey, Chewy, congratulations on a big win
Thank
this
you.
morning,
Yeah, it
big
feels
guy.
good.
yeah, Jen never doubted you for a second.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We got Craig Karmazin coming up.
I went for my 1-month checkup with Milwaukee weight loss, and I'm down over 22 pounds to this point. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm starting this journey with Milwaukee weight loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. Don't just listen to me. You can listen to Homer. You can listen to Steve Scafidi. Milwaukee weight loss works. This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during their Valentine's sale now through February 28th only. This program is different. No intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, no counting calories or points, no drugs, surgery, or injections. So many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. Some people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Milwaukee Weight Loss has already helped thousands of people change their lives and lose weight. There's no better time than now to take control and start feeling confident again. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
On I-94 West, 2 miles beyond a ramp from Moreland Road in the Waukesha County area near Brookfield, the right lane is closed due to a crash. From Sunny Slope Road all the way down to Barker Road, it seems to be a backup, so just be mindful if you're heading that way to slow down a little bit before all that backup gets to you. And near the downtown area are normal backups near the stadium interchange. We got Park Hill Avenue to General Mitchell Boulevard, westbound I-94 is backed up. Starting to clear up a little bit of mild traffic right now, but still still a little backed up. And eastbound 76th Street to Hawley Road, I-94 eastbound is also backed up. So just be mindful of that on your morning commute. Weather is brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Upgrade your wellness routine with an in-home infrared sauna. Visit goodhealthsaunas.com and check them out at the Nary Spring Home Improvement Show this weekend at the State Fair Park Expo Center. Today, mostly sunny and mild with a high of 48, and tonight, mostly clear with patchy fog possible and a low of 30 degrees. This report is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Nazir Spencer on 94.5 ESPN.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
Big news from Carbless. A fan favorite and one of my favorites, Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack, crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. Zero sugar, zero carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Two hearts are interlinked,
intertwined,
permanently connected like two links in a chain.
The perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment.
One of the hearts is silver white.
The other is silver pink.
And each of the hearts is inlaid with tiny little diamonds that glitter like stars on a clear winter night.
The interlinked hearts are hanging on to each other as they dangle on the end of a chain.
Another perfect symbol of having a life partner.
It's not only the perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment, it's an incredibly beautiful diamond pendant.
Just $238.
The Kissing Hearts diamond pendant is part of the Kissing Hearts collection at Kessler's.
Even though it's just $238, it's still one of the most expensive things in the collection.
I'm buying the two-tone Kissing Hearts cross.
The mother and child is spellbinding.
There's a Kissing Hearts ring.
Kissing Hearts earrings.
And 19 other Kissing Hearts pendants.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Okay, guys, quick PSA. Forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Get it right this year. Send farm fresh flowers from the Books Company. And right now, get 25% off with code CANTY. Books flowers are cut fresh, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. And it's easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so order now. Go to Books.com and use code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Has any market been as consistent where they only have one team than Wisconsin? We know Chicago hasn't been.
No. Fridays with Mo.
Yeah, but until you win a championship, you can't really say that. And they've had one champion.
Chewy, we're going to just create an AI. The AI Chewy can just bring up championship. We don't even need championship.
They've had one championship.
What, it's going to be put like a hologram over there?
Yeah. Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
Craig Karmazin taking in the All-Star festivities this weekend. How you doing today, Craig?
Wonderful. Little late night partying last night, as Chewy knows, and
as Chewy knows. What do you mean, as Chewy knows?
Yeah, Chewy's a late night guy.
Hold on, I gave you huge props earlier in the show. Huge props. Obviously, you didn't hear it. I called you loyal. I said you're loyal. Except for the people you can on a daily basis probably don't think that way. But
and then after you called him loyal, what did you call him?
Liar was a little strong. He just maybe misremembers things. See, Craig, don't you agree there was a time that you always had to sell to me that you were an athlete? Right?
I still think that's the case.
Like we would play horse at the Bradley Center. I think we did it. Did we do it at Fiserv one time? We played tennis where I worked you in bare feet one time. The one time you beat me was on your home court in February when it was like 25 degrees, and you beat me at horse. I will give you that. At your home court.
I would never be one to mess with your memory, Chewy. I think that is well documented through at least 4 or 5 different CTE studies, and so I will not try to disagree with anything any of those studies have said about your memory.
Okay, fair.
Jeez.
I'm done.
Well, speaking of being an athlete, Craig, what do you got to do? You're out in L.A. for the All-Star festivities happening this weekend. What do we got to do to get you in the celebrity game? I mean, I'm looking at this list, like Matt Ishbia. Like, you're a better player than Matt Ishbia is. We got to get you in this game, man.
Matt Ishbia walked on at Michigan State. I mean, I don't know. I guess anyone can theoretically walk on, but I don't know. I don't think I'm qualified. And, like, I love basketball. I love playing basketball. I love playing pickup. I'm sure a bunch of people I've played with, but I'm just not that good at that level. I'm sorry. I don't think I deserve.
It's the celebrity game. Like, I've seen some terrible play in the celebrity game. I know you're better than some of the people I've seen out there.
I can't believe you're watching the celebrity game to be able to assess the talent in the celebrity game.
Sometimes you're on late at night, Jen, and something's on, and you just you can pay attention before you jump on game night on ESPN Radio.
I mean, the fact that Thanasis is the coach and I couldn't make the team, like, I felt like this was my best chance this year. And
you
if
have
I
to be
couldn't
better
make
than
the
Shams.
team,
You're better than Shams. I feel confident in that.
Really?
have you watched his like workout videos and stuff? Like, because I know he's been posting them online.
No, but I saw him dribble a basketball a couple of times on SportsCenter the other day. I feel good about you.
As a regular person, Craig is a nice player. That's how I would define him. Is that fair, Craig?
I think I can. I can move the ball. I can find the open guy. I can run a team very well, and I think I could be a great point guard in the celebrity game where I'd play like 14 minutes, be 1 of 3 from the field, 6 assists, no turnovers, because there wouldn't be like a pressure defense. I think I'd be solid.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Are you calling him an ARP?
An ARP.
Well,
yeah, of course, he's an ARP.
I'm saying, is he an ARP? Is he an athletic regular person as opposed to a non-athletic regular person?
No, Chewy does not feel that. Well, he's not giving me athletic. Well, but speaking of athletic, there's a certain team that's won 5 out of 6 games.
Yeah, we just talked about it.
I know, Chewy, you were locked in to the game last night on Prime.
No,
the Bucks go to OKC and win.
I'm in the tank department. I am not in the make playoffs and lose in the first round department.
But as we've told Chewy, clearly the Bucks disagree with him.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So
go ahead.
There's like almost 10 of the 30 teams in the NBA don't appear like they're trying to win, and I don't love that for the league. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, people pay a lot of money for tickets, and I think people go wanting to see a competitive game. They go wanting to see stars. It's frustrating when you go and Giannis is hurt, right? Or someone is out. So I think it is incredibly admirable that when the team had its first round pick and when Giannis, I'm sure, could have had the option to shut it down when we were having this debate last week. And we said, like, I just think the team's going to play hard, and I think they're going to try to pull this out. And if they do, it's going to be an incredible ride that this team's on. And you think about it, Giannis was not the number 2 pick. Jabari Parker was. And you think about it, the Bucks won a championship not only without Jabari on the roster, but without getting anything for him. So you can, in fact, win without tanking and without playing for the top pick.
So, Craig, you bring up tanking, and the Jazz were fined yesterday $500,000 by the league. If the Bucks ever got fined for tanking, are you responsible for some of that? Do you have to pay some of that $500,000 as a minority owner? Do you have to own, you own X amount of the team, so you have to pay X amount of that fine?
So, yeah, of course. I mean, so they don't each individual bill that comes in, we don't pay our percentage. But at the end of the year, the team, generally because of going into the luxury tax and the second apron and all that, we have not necessarily been a profitable team, even when the team was winning championships. So yeah, at the end of each year, we'd get a bill for our percentage of what the team's losses were. And, it's called a capital call, and it's part of, being an investor in any business.
Craig, we were talking about the Packers earlier this morning, and we threw out some information that had been shared about the teams that have had the most regular season wins since 2011. And it was the Patriots, and it was the Chiefs, and it was the Packers, and it was the Seahawks. Those other three teams have 14 Super Bowl appearances combined since then. Packers have 0. How should Packers fans feel about that information?
I mean, it's obviously frustrating because not only have the Packers lost, but they've lost in really, really difficult ways. But I think when you think about it as a team, you have to think, how many years did we have a legit chance where we could have won? And I think the Packers have at least 5 or 6 years, maybe more, where they could have won. So I don't think you can crush the organization for it. It's just it's a frustrating thing, and that's what builds fan bases up so that when you win a championship and when you go to a Super Bowl, it feels even better. So I think it's impressive. I'm shocked that the Patriots, I guess they just won so much in their good seasons. Because they had 5 down years, and I feel the Packers have had maybe 1 or 2 down years in there. That's impressive that they still are up there with a total rebuild in there, and then they're back.
Well, with that being said, Craig, me and Gabe had a spirited discussion on next year. If you're the president of the Packers next year, they go 11-6, 7th seed, and lose again. What are you doing?
Ooh, I think it's so. I don't know if you can say without talking about how they got there, right?
No excuses. The only excuse I will give you, Craig, is if Jordan didn't play for the majority of the season. I don't want to hear any other excuses. What do you do?
I think you make changes, and I don't know that that's. I'm not saying that's a change in the head coach. I'm not saying that's a change in the quarterback. I mean, I don't know what it is, but you absolutely make changes if you feel like you're regressing, which to me, 11-6, they're not playing a first place schedule. They'd be healthier than they were this year. The division isn't going to get so much easier the year after, right? So 11-6 next year to me would feel like regressing because a healthy version of the Packers this year was a better than 11-6 team. I mean, this was a really good team this year, and I don't think you want to lose that fact.
I think it's a good team. It's not a really good team.
Oh, this past year, if this team had stayed healthy, this team would have been a really tough
Seattle. You think so?
I mean, I think they're right there with Seattle and the Rams, and I don't know. I mean, I think it probably would have come down to home field. And remember, the Packers were in that 1 seed spot. I don't think they're going to Seattle and winning, but I don't know that Seattle's not coming to Green Bay against a healthy Micah Parsons, rushing Sam Darnold. I know Sam Darnold's now all of a sudden an elite quarterback, but no, if the Packers at home field against Seattle, the Packers are favored in that game, and the Packers win that game.
Greg, I can't even tell you the number of 4-letter words you can't say on the radio that I was called on social media after I said something similar to that on Monday after the Super Bowl. I can't even.
Really?
The limit does not exist.
From Packers fans or Seahawks fans?
Seahawks fans, Bears fans.
Bears fans.
It ran the gamut. The gamut. Had to mute that sucker pretty quickly
Bears
in the day.
fans check in on the ESPN Milwaukee Twitter feed quite often now after the one good season that they had. Craig, pitchers and catchers, they've reported teams working out, but the Brewers made a big move earlier this week, trading away their third baseman, and now they don't have any third base depth. They've got one guy who played third base on the roster for them last year, and that was Sal Frelick, who played one inning of third base. But still, how excited are you about the Brewers, even if it seems like they may only play with 8 with no third baseman?
I am so excited. I sent I saw on social media a screenshot of what the lineup is, and it's pretty exciting. They still have a legit squad. Now, remember, there were times last year where the bottom of the order carried the team through weird stretches of the year. And right now, that's Garrett Mitchell, Joey Ortiz, David Hamilton as your third baseman, who I don't know who David Hamilton is.
That's one of the guys they got from the Red Sox.
Yeah. I'm saying, and if the Red Sox were trading, for Durbin, it wouldn't appear that that's the strength of your team. But that's the beauty of every Milwaukee Brewers season is we have no idea in February what this team's actually going to be in April. And then we have no idea in April, May, what this team is the rest of the year. So I think we've all gotten to that point now where the organization just has so much credibility that we're excited for it. We know it's going to be good. And even if it's not good right out of the gates in April, we know they're going to find a way. They're going to find a way. The little bullpen is going to be good. The starting 5, I think you got to feel good about, right, Gabe?
The rotation, the depth of the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Just with what the Brewers do whenever they pick up any pitcher, they automatically become better. So you feel good about any sort of pitching. But the question for this team the last couple of years.
Just think about Woodruff, Priester, Miz, Patrick from last year, and then you add pitching to that. That's legit. And the division's going to be good. This is, and I hate to say it this way, but there might not be baseball in 2027.
Good
so
chance.
This year, I think you just got to go all in with the Brewers this year, even though it was so crushing, to have the best record in baseball and then get swept by the Dodgers.
Greg, we appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. Safe travels. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you again soon.
Everyone support the mayor of Milwaukee, Bobby Portis, 3-point shooting contest this weekend. I know you'll be watching, especially you, Chewy. Thanks, guys.
Hell yeah. He's Craig Karmazin. We chat with him every Friday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Take a break. Roll on right for this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
A Road at Night is a documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. You can see it on the big screen at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison, February 13th through the 19th, with exclusive post-screening panels during the opening weekend. A Road at Night, February 13th through 19th at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes and get tickets right now at aroadatnight.com.
In healthcare, change is constant. Fifth Third Bank helps organizations navigate that change with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From capital structure optimization to revenue cycle support and commercial payment tools, Fifth Third empowers sustainable growth. For nearly 20 years, the Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trusted, long-term relationships. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association, member FDIC.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale, now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with a risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you, you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Josh DiMaggio here, and I have already lost 15 pounds since I started this journey in mid-January, and now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. But hurry, this Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation. That's 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
The following is a paid advertisement for the Wellness Company.
Today we're talking cancer awareness, and I want to bring in someone with a really unique perspective, Dr. Kelly Victory. She's a board-certified emergency medicine physician with over 30 years of experience who serves on the chief medical board for the Wellness Company. And most importantly, she's a cancer survivor. Dr. Victory, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks very much for having me, Michelle.
We've been hearing a lot lately about cancer rates rising, especially in younger adults, which is obviously pretty alarming. What are you seeing?
Without question, cancer rates are rising across the board. And concerningly, we are seeing more aggressive cancers in people even in their 20s and 30s.
That's scary for a lot of people. Is there anything that can be done to help alleviate that fear?
And that is what led me to develop the new product Shield, because it is a group of more than 12 well-studied, scientifically proven supplements that help to supercharge your immune system, the first line of defense against cancer.
To learn more, visit victoryagainstcancer.com and use promo code SMALLS to save $25 on Shield.
Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions. Or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What's the one thing you say almost weekly here on the show?
Let's eat.
Try again.
I don't know.
What's the one thing you've got?
Big boobs.
You've got time.
Oh, time.
You've got time.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
We got there.
Took off. I needed a few more hints.
Yeah. You put you in a... That's Dave's fault.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I want to give credit where credit is due. Sam in the 262 made this suggestion on the Carbless Talkin' text line. Less is more. To parlay our teams. And I can think of nothing better to do with our money than to put together a little 3-team parlay. So here's what we got, folks. Green Bay Packers to win the division. This is at our Potawatomi Sportsbook, pals. That's plus 175. Milwaukee Brewers to win the division is plus 265. But if you throw in the Milwaukee Bucks to make the play-in tournament, not the playoffs, but make the play-in tournament, you got plus 1,000. That 3-team parlay jumps to plus 10,941. Joshy, does that fulfill your requirements for a bet?
That'll do the trick.
Yeah, it will. So, Chew, we were thinking, as a team here, the four of us, if we each throw 10 bones onto this bet, okay? So we're betting $40 as a group. If these three things happen, Packers win the division, Brewers win the division, and the Bucks make the play-in tournament, we would collect $4,376.
Nice.
So what do you think? Are we all willing to throw?
I'm in for 10.
$10 on this
I got to
bet?
give you cash because I don't want any trail leading back to
you
upstairs.
That's fine. Aren't we going to see you soon?
I think in March.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm excited. I know
That's
it's
a
real
no.
quick. Gabe, I'm excited to watch my third favorite sporting event on TV this weekend.
Daytona 500.
Yep. You know what one is? Come on, Gabe.
Is
Masters?
one the Masters?
Masters
Yeah.
2. Jen?
Masters is 1, right?
Yeah.
Well, Masters 1, what's 2? You're involved in it.
It's college football?
The start of college
The
football.
start of college football. I was so
1, 2,
close.
3.
All right, we'll be collecting money here. We'll be
All right.
Venmoing. Josh, are you going to make this little bet for us?
I can do it.
Wildy and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee. Have a great weekend, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day.
I-43 North
at the ramp from Locust Street. The right shoulder is blocked due to a crash here in the Milwaukee area. But out in that Waukesha area, there seems to be a backup just of an earlier crash, but it seems to be clear now, but still a bit of a backup from Sunny Slope Road all the way down to Barker Road. Just be mindful of that. And near the downtown area, near the Stadium Exchange, 76th Street down to Hawley Road, eastbound I-94 seems to be backed up. But otherwise, looking clear across the rest of the system. Weather is brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Upgrade your wellness routine with an in-home infrared sauna. Visit goodhealthsaunas.com and check them out at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show this